boys, welcome back to a brand new video, and today we're doing something a little bit different, and you can't really see it unless I move you down here. But we have our steering wheel with us today, and with our steering wheel, what we're actually going to be doing is taking a look inside Forza at the settings I use. These are also the same settings Goosiest used in his video, in hopes to help you guys out having a better time drifting or making your process a little easier, because I know when you get into Forza with simulation, it can be a little bit tricky and a little bit harder to actually initially learn. So as someone that has been doing it a good amount of time and has a general understanding of how the physics work and did it both in Horizon 4 and all the way through Horizon 5, I think I'm gonna be able to help you out a good amount here today. And remember, just because you are taking my settings, it's not gonna make you able to drift immediately overnight. Unfortunately, to get that kind of control, you are gonna be looking at playing the game just a little while and getting comfortable with the physics and seeing how everything works. And initially, just letting the wheel do what it wants to do. That was the hardest part for me when learning how to simulation drive or simulation drift. It's the same with drifting, whether it is driving. Just getting full control over your wheel, but these settings are going to really help with that. So let's go ahead and dive straight into those. Now, the first few controls I have here, I have vibration on. You can turn this on or off, it doesn't matter. These on and off settings, I recommend just copying these exactly how I have. I'm 99% sure this is how they come stock with the game, but I can't say that with certainty. I may have changed one. Either way, make sure those are exactly the same, and these top settings pretty much are going to look exactly the same as well. Lots of these I didn't end up changing. Maybe the clutch axis dead zone and the outside as well as the inside. I didn't touch a whole lot with the e-brake, but as soon as we get down here right below the e-brake is where things start to change a little bit and where I actually started taking it into my own hands. With the vibration scale, I made sure to turn this all the way down to 0. Actually, you can see which ones I have adjusted because it has a little bit of the bar. These were just because I used my clutch pedal as my e-brake. You guys don't have to listen to that if you don't want to, but if you are also using your clutch pedal as your e-brake, I recommend doing the same. Vibration, I don't like having any vibration outside of the force feedback that the wheel already provides, so I turn that all the way down. Force feedback scale, however, I like to feel the wheel itself really jolt away from me and feel really realistic, so I turn that all the way up. If you are just getting into simulation driving, I might recommend starting that at the flat 1 on the dot. Don't adjust it any higher or lower. If you feel like you're having a really easy time drifting, or you feel like the car is spinning out on you and you can't feel the wheel turning on its own, turn that up. That's essentially what it does on its own. Center spring scale, in my opinion, is the most important setting on this list, and lots of people don't actually talk about it very often. What the center spring scale does is it's how fast your wheel is going to come from all the way over here back to its centering, and from this side back to its centering. So when you're drifting, it's super helpful to have that all the way up as I do, because it allows for quicker, smoother transitions, whereas in racing it also can help out too. If you're about to spin out, you let the wheel go, it centers itself, and you're back in business. This is at base half of what I have it set to. I recommend bumping this all the way up, and I know you guys can't really see my wheel right here, but it's not very prudent to the video. I'm just talking through the settings. Anyways, damper scale, you can turn this all the way down. You don't even have to worry about that at all. Mechanical trail, again, leave this at default. Don't have to change that. The minimum force, you can turn this up again all the way. I treated this a bit like the force feedback just to get a little more feeling in the wheel. Again, I don't know how much of a difference this one actually makes in lieu of the actual force feedback, but it doesn't hurt to have all the way up. Road feel I actually turned down because this game has a lot of off-road territories, a lot of drift zones that are off-road, and the wheel was moving a lot, and the more that the road got crazy, the more the wheel went crazy, and it kind of got me fed up, so I turned that down. You can turn it lower. You can also leave it at the 0% or flat 1, whatever. You don't have to worry about that one a whole lot. This one's default steering sensitivity. This is one that I have to talk about a little bit. So lots of you guys are either going to have steering sensitivity or you're going to have the degree of rotation. There's no in between when it comes to the steering wheel. It's going to be one or the other. I don't really know how it gives you the choice, whether it's the kind of steering wheel you have or whether you're on PC or console. From my understanding, console users are going to have steering sensitivity are going to have the degree of rotation, while PC users are going to have steering sensitivity. Now, from what I've determined from steering sensitivity is it's better to not touch it because no one fully understands what's best for it. From what I can understand, the more sensitive you make it, the more that the car is going to turn. It's going to turn more when I turn the wheel this way. But that being said, if you're on a PC, your wheel's already programmed in your computer to have a certain degree of rotation, so it doesn't actually do anything, whereas on a console, you are going to have your degrees up to 900, however many your wheel has, and that's where it actually can come into play a little. So if you're looking to change your wheel rotation, go into your PC settings. I can't walk you through that exactly because every wheel is different. If you have a Logitech wheel, it might have it right on the console for you here, but at least with Thrustmaster, you are going to have to change that in your PC settings. And I would recommend starting at like a 270. That's pretty much where I started, just getting used to which side you're supposed to have the wheel to correct from a drift, and then you bump it up by 60 degrees. Once you're comfortable, you keep bumping it up and up, and then once you get to about 600-700 degrees, you can go straight to 900. There's not a big difference there. It'll take a couple hours to fully adjust to that, but it is very natural feeling from 600 to 900. It's not a huge difference, but definitely start low. There's nothing wrong with that. We've all done it. I've done it. Goosius did it. And at the end of the day, that's essentially all there's going to be to it. Now, that's not a tutorial on how to drift or how to race on a simulation wheel. I can do that in a different video if it's something that would interest you guys, but these are the sayings that I use, that I have used throughout all of Forza. I'm not displaying them the best here, but they've helped me do pretty good. All my drift zone scores, all my high scores, I've gotten via the steering wheel. I've not used a controller for those. I have switched to using a controller more than my wheel for the fact that it's just easier to turn on and start using. However, I did use a wheel for a very long time and understand the mechanics behind it. So anyways, boys, oh my goodness, this car won't get out of my way. That's gonna do it for this video. If you learned anything or this helped you in any way, let me know with the comment down below. If I missed stuff or didn't cover certain settings about the wheel that you would have liked to hear, comment them down below. If I see them, I'll be sure to reply. If I don't, I'm sure somebody else watching this video can help you out. As always, we're gonna see you guys in the next video. I'm gonna be starting a series where I start with very little money on Forza, and I go through and I auction snipe and make money to show you guys, first of all, that's possible, but we're also gonna start certain milestones of things we want to buy in the game, like a mansion. So if that's something you're interested, also let me know down below. Anyways, I can't drive for the life of me right now, boys, so we're gonna see you in the next video. I'm out. Oh, peace.